The Richard Heart Interpol notice is going away, and it is all bogus, my friends. So the Richard Heart Interpol, okay, there is a post that Richard Heart left, which might be a clue as to what's going on. And I'll read it for you down here in the bottom right. He says, I wonder who has a registered charity or similar type of non-profit entity that might want to spread the good word about free and open source software. I hear many countries offer discounts for such activities. Who might know someone? Now, the community is kind of split. Some people say that he is asking other people to make up a charity. But for, I guess, some of us with peg nipples, we think that it's more along the lines of, hey, I may have made a charity years ago for the PulseChain sacrifice, and I was literally planning ahead of time for this. Which would imply, friends, that Richard Heart, Ricardo Corazon, okay, pretty much is telling us PulseChain and PulseX. I've got the logos here, friends. So you have PulseChain. Remember, you did the PulseChain sacrifice and PulseX, right here. They were done for freedom of speech and freedom of movement. That means they were a crypto donation, which means the funds were already given to a non-profit organization. You get it? So you already donated. And then that's why I guess the language was careful, where he said someone might like the donations, and if they want, decide to give you points. Maybe. Okay? So the European Union's lactating man boobs, especially Finland. I got a lot of Finland baby dolls and friends from Finland. Finnish people, awesome. Obviously the Finland government, a bit too much soy. Lactating man boobs, soy. Pss, 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 pss. So they don't have a solid case on Richard Heart. Okay, now here is a depiction of a typical Finland government Soyboy out here with the Finnish soy. And this is a Richard Heart Interpol notice, which is a bunch of bogus claims, okay? So they were just filing, they being Corrupt Interpol, they were just filing it based off the corrupt SEC's chances to try and win against Richard Heart. Honk, honk. Remember the corrupt SEC, friends? Richard Heart defeated the SEC. It was in the top 5% results. Richard used Quinn Emmanuel, Quinn, Quinn, and he was that was the same lawyers as Elon Musk and Donald Pump, the whole family. They used Quinn Emmanuel as well. And thank you to Mr. Nuclear Herbs, who's a very nuclear herb, I must say. Woo! He pretty much said that these guys are so popular, they reject people that they can't win. They're like, you know what? Keep your money. We actually just want a high record. They base themselves off record, off their victory medals. So Finland does not have a proper case against Richard Heart, okay? This is another Finland soy boy with some mama jugs on some Nokia phone lady here. Okay, so the Interpol notice is bogus, my friends, okay? The Interpol notice. And Richard Heart Interpol, I think it's going to go away soon within the next few months. Okay, but we've already defeated the SEC. That was a big one. That's like no one cares about the Interpol, bro. Sit down. Okay. Now to get back to the same price, here we have a price chart of Pulse PLS, friends. To get back to the same price as when the Interpol first hit, it's around here. So we need a rally about 180%. That's about a 2.8x. It's not that hard because you've only got like $5 to $8 million on the offer. Like the liquidity is super thin as well. Yeah, that would be Pulse around 83% of SAC price. That would be recovering it as well. When the corrupt SEC first attacked Richard Heart, we were about day one SAC price. You know, so we're still below that right now. Right now we're like 0.3x, so like 70% below SAC price. So it's very clear, right? The Matrix is attacking me. The Matrix. Here we have the Matrix out here. The Matrix has attacked Richard Heart in the form of corrupt SEC and Interpol. Like, friends, they get their nipples, but they're not doing peg nipples. They've got lactating soy milk, baby milk nipples out here squirting everywhere. Remember, we already defeated the SEC, so that trophy's already done. It was reported all over everywhere. Of course, everyone was hoping for a higher pump, but like I told you, man, I warned everyone, friends. Just kind of like telling everyone, like, guys, I hope there's like a magical giant pump waiting for us. But when you have Ethereum doing literally freaking 5 red monthly candles, the business cycle is reflected in that. We are part of the business cycle. Even though we try to say we're special, everyone believes they're different. You know, everyone believes they're different. When you have 5 red monthly freaking deep candles on ETH BTC red, out of the past 11 candles, freaking 10 were red. Okay, so just telling you the business ISM, friends, and now it's about to tick 30 months. Literally, pretty much. On Friday, the business ISM is coming out. It's expected 48. So this thing is like expected around here anyway. So that's going to be month 30 contraction. And to go back something this bad, you have to go back 45 years. Yeah. The past 3 cycles were 6 months contraction, 12 months contraction, 10 months contraction. Yeah. So it is what it is, right? These are the demons we're battling. The Matrix, the Matrix, the Matrix. You get to see, friends, Richard Heart is a billionaire. A lot of people want his money. That's it. They want his money. They try to get him. It is what it is, friends. His personality just attracts demons. Even the women he talks to, friends. Richard even says, I think he's got like a bit of schizophrenia that runs in his family as well. This is just what happens, right? Just people just attract different types, friends. You know, like, friends, I know people where the family's like really, really, really nice and kind, and then they can send their sons like to literally South America, anywhere, the most dangerous parts of the world, not a scratch on them. Everything's going to be fine. You know, they never end up in trouble. They just attract good healing people. It's just the magnetism out here, you know? And then also I know people where literally just don't go out with them. They walk out, a car's going to crash, something's going to blow up. Someone's going to go approach him and be like, hey, you got any money? I've got a spoon here that I might want to use on you. Wait, you know what I mean? Like just some people like that, you know? Everyone's just different, right? Maybe think about your own life as well. What type of people do you attract? But it's really subconscious, man. You don't even know. You know, it's some sort of wave vibration, man. It is what it is, you know? And there's some people out here, friends, you know, it's like some girls are always really popular when they go out. Some guys are always really popular with girls as well. It's just, it is what it is. You just got to know where you are in life. Now, the good part is as well, despite all these, friends, despite all of these, I guess, type of disadvantages, PulseChain's activity is actually still doing okay. We have, in a super, super, super dead period of time, $18 million of volume. Dude, for something that's really, really dead, we're actually doing all right, and we got to crank it a bit. Now, this guy, look, I'm not making it up. This is the actual journalist from Finland who reported on Richard Heart. Not making it up. I know people. Not making it up, friends. You were all here. It's a real picture. They're like, no way you're telling me he looks like every single freaking AI generated most hated guy. You just want to knock him out. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. I don't know, but oh man. I'm not making it up. Friends, I'm telling you, man, life's a simulation, dude. You're telling me the guy who wrote about Richard Heart who like, yes. It's this guy. He's real. He's got the tooth gap. He's got this necklace. It's probably like showing like, it's probably like, I voted green leaves today, you know? Oh, man. Jeez. Oh, gosh. Life writes itself, man. I'll tell you, friends, life's a great movie. I hope when we pass away, we really do get to see everything just played back. There's going to be some funny moments, huh? Oh, man. So despite all these disadvantages, PulseChain is doing great volume and activity, okay? Yeah, the daily active volume, everything's tough, friends. Like Ethereum, friends. Okay, it's literally, I saw it 1799 on my screen. I'm going to round it down to 1700. You know, Ethereum below $4,000 is just telling you there's business contractions everywhere, you know? The Interpol notice might magically go away as the rest of the market pumps. So that's another part of the market esoteric knowledge that you've now get to see. It's spooky. They happen at the same time. Yeah, they're running parallel, but they're running at the same time. That's weird. It's just weird, man. I'm telling you, our friends. Moon cycles, astrology. It's like everything bad happens together. Everything good happens together. Even though they're just, a lot of it's random, man. It's just so random. But are they? Not really. Not really. Ethereum has a long way to go, sitting near $1,800. So we still have a lot of ground to make. Maybe after the Interpol notice is cleared, we see Richard Heart stream and do marketing promotion to kick PulseChain into second gear. All right. So he might turn up his multi-level, three-dimensional type of thinking, you know, strategy when it comes to crypto marketing and stuff out here. And remember, friends, Interpol, it means arrest on sight. They go, this person is really dangerous. He'll steal all your Pokemon in the Pokeballs. which you know is all bogus, okay? But also, I'll be honest, even if Interpol wasn't around, I feel like he still wouldn't stream right now. I don't know why. I feel like it's like, what are you going to stream about? You know what I mean? Prices are down. I don't know. He knows. Friends, he's like Donald Pump, where they understand timing and they understand when they have momentum. They don't appear when they don't have momentum. See, I'm here grinding literally every single day, friends. They're just, 24/7. Friends, I make content literally bleeding viewers, literally bleeding subscribers, Twitter viewers. I don't give a shit. I got prices are cheap, bro. What, you're going to keep running away because the prices are cheap? I don't give a crap. I literally don't care. Also, you're making me more bullish because you're leaving, and I know you're a weak bottom signal cuck. Okay, that's in my blood. Okay, but he could be like that, but also he's a public figure. He's got a large audience. You know what I mean? So it's different, right? This was his Christmas message thing out here. Interesting. Like he could always do a Twitter Spaces. You know what I mean? Like just do a Twitter Spaces and just talk. He could do that. Just like open up a Twitter Spaces, just start talking. Like don't. He doesn't have to make anybody a mod or anything. I've never even run a Twitter Spaces. I don't know how it works where you press all the buttons. But he just go and just start talking. Just auto records. And then we'd all re-upload it or whatever. He could do that, but he hasn't. Maybe why? We'll see. Remember, friends, nobody trusts the Interpol FUD anyway. Like, friends, okay, like the world it's a nice place, but it can be a scary place. Do you really want to put your faith in someone who's lactating soy milk out of their nipples? Okay, I don't know. Okay, there's a lot of question marks out there in the world. Don't knock it till you try it. But soy, I'm not going to jump over the fence for soy. Never. All right. If you're a disciple of soy, you got no place here. It's protein only. Now, see Richard Hart's knuckles, friends? You see these? Look at these, friends. These knuckles, smooth as a baby's bum. Okay. So the Interpol notice, okay, if you go and check it, they actually say on the very bottom right, friends, you see if you scroll down here, aggravated tax fraud, and then assault. So they're pretty much, the allegation was, which is fake, they think we're going to believe that Richard pulled some 16-year-old kid from an alleyway, dragged him into a stairwell, and they said he brutally brashed him with his knuckles. His knuckles were bruised. The kid's face was bruised. Kids had to go to hospital. It was like, bruise. And like I said, I publicly say it as well. Bring that 16-year-old kid here to me. I will slap him out myself, okay, for fudding my bags. I don't care. And these were the knuckles, by the way, of that Richard Hart right now. Do these look like the knuckles of someone who did that? By the way, there was a comment once Richard Hart said he got attacked by the fashion police. So, like, friends, there's 16-year-old kids. Maybe his mum's literally a lady of the night. You know what I mean? There's a lot of kids out there, lady of the night. Maybe he got abused as well as a kid. As I got older, friends, I kind of like learn about this empathy. Maybe his mum's just a hoe. His mum's a hoe. She's on meth a bit, and he's a bit like maybe he was abused himself. So when he sees someone in like glittery clothes, his brain can't think, outrage marketing, branding. His brain thinks, oh no, I'm a closet homosexual and this person might look like a homosexual. Let me go attack him because he's allowed to be openly gay and I'm not because I'll get bullied at school. So this kid's probably a closet homo right now. He's probably on Grindr himself. He's probably long the Grindr stock, by the way, which is, fun fact, outperforming Ethereum. I'm not making it up, friends. They make me bring it up. The Grindr share price has been literally smashing Ethereum as well. So this is the type of world we live in. And look, they slapped that on. Why? Because of the tax wanted. Okay, which is BS as well. Like we said, friends, it was, I guess when we sacrificed, we put it into a non-profit organization, charity already. Okay, so Finland, you don't own that wallet, bro. In fact, you don't own the Ethereum blockchain either. Yeah, it belongs to another entity. Go sort it out in court. The Estrogen Soy Union tried to claim many things about Richard Hart, and it's all bogus, okay? The price of PulseChain is down, which sucks, but so is Ethereum. Business ISM is 30 months in contraction. The same thunderous cloud is raining everywhere, but eventually the blue skies will be here. So this is another Soyboy, friends. I trust the Richard Hart Interpol FUD. This is one of the pregnant man emojis, friends. I like using this when like I've eaten too much to bully or I've had too much guff there. You know what I mean? But some people actually say, hey, there's a fetus growing inside me. Well, yep. Some of us, we got other things growing inside of us, we're going to have to hang 30 minutes in the bathroom to get rid of it. Okay, this guy wants to go to hospital, try to get rid of it. He's got some soy. Friends, I put some like nice soy hormone blockers out here. Hormones. So I trust the Richard Heart Interpol FUD. That's what they say. So remember, friends, bogus claims from the corrupt European Union Interpol. The Interpol is used as a political weapon. Nobody takes it seriously for the most part. Blood on their hands. Help find those who took lives. Bro, you're putting literally Richard Hart. All of those who took lives. God, just sit the... What a bunch of Soyboy scum. And yes, friends, I went on my own citizen investigative journalism plight myself. I ended up finding out that the Interpol is bogus trash. They use the Interpol as a political weapon. Yeah, of course, they get some bad dudes and stuff here and there, but for the past like 5 to 10 years, whatever it is, they've been using the Interpol to just get anybody. They're like, oh, we need to get tax money out of that guy. Let's just put an Interpol on him, make him like cry for 2 or 3 years, make him hand over some money and stuff out here. They do that very often. And there have been people that try to fight it in court, but this is like pre-YouTube, pre-branding, pre-TikTok days. So like they just put you on the news on 60 Minutes and they go, oh, this guy... Because you never know what to believe, right? Like they say, oh, this guy owns a yacht. He must be rich and he did something illegal and he's from Russia. They just say these words and then they throw it out. And then these guys got to spend like $10, $20 million fighting it in freaking court just to get around all this bad stuff. Also, remember, friends, this is me. I put this chart out here. This is Ricardo Corazon, of course. Look at this, friends. So see all the chart going up in the background? This is Finland's debt to GDP. Okay, its debt has been going up. They've had sky-high record debt to GDP for the nation of Finland. Finland's actually very, very good when it comes to budgeting and stuff out here. But relative to themselves, they have been putting on a lot of weight. A lot of spending has been done. Finland probably buying a lot of soy milk, a lot of social welfare soy milk for everyone. They try to do a bogus claim, right? Why? They're they're just trying to grab money from everywhere. Very obvious, right? They got high debt to GDP. They're like, oh, let's just go grab money whenever we can from taxes that aren't owed to us. Don't forget this famous mugshot as well, friends. So you think about this mugshot, look at Donald Pump as well. You remember this? Do you remember, friends? Before they tried to put a bullet through his head, they said, oh, he's like sexually molesting women. Oh, he did backflips when he was like 15 years old. Oh, he was on a bus one day. He drank some alcohol. You see this, friend? No one believes all these legal jargon, all these other trash. Okay? So, Richard Heart Interpol. Remember, friends, when the deep state bug eaters want to get you, they'll throw everything at you. Of course, Richard Heart is the target. Very obvious now. The Matrix, the Matrix, the Matrix. That might also explain why there could be a certain decentralized native stablecoin on PulseChain that you'll never publicly hear about. It could explain that, okay? Probably nothing, though. Maybe yes, maybe no. We don't know. All right? So you get to see why, dude. Like, look what happens when he opens his mouth. PulseChain, PulseX, SEC, get after him. Interpol, get after him. Just think about that, friends. PulseChain's another shitty layer 1 according to them. PulseX just another Uniswap clone, bro. And they went after him. And like, your little peanut brain can't imagine what happens if you make an endogenous backed stablecoin. You can't imagine what happens to the billionaire? Are you really that silly? Are you really that much of a blue pill cuck? You can't figure it out? It's very obvious. You have to distance yourself from this. Nikolai, rest in peace, is dead. The co-founder of MakerDAO. It's called Maker because it makes DAI. It makes an endogenous US dollar-backed stablecoin. Okay? It's crypto-backed. You don't need a dollar sitting in a US bank account. You are the oracle. We are the oracle. Power to the people. Okay, so I'm sure now you can open your eyes and you can see, oh, wow, golly gee, maybe if this story completes, I wonder, friends, I wonder. But for the rest of us, let's hope that Pulse PLS pumps to the heavens. I think the Interpol is going to go away soon. We might just find it's gone sooner rather than later. This is your friend Sommi. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you the next one.